Hello, beautiful people. It's your girl F to the A to the Y to the O, fire with the fire, and you're watching Generation Unfiltered. This is a show where two generations come together to talk about interesting topics while giving their unfiltered and unbiased opinions. And here with me today is my beautiful co-host,
Moyinlua.
and I can't help but notice that we have a very handsome gentleman and a very beautiful lady. So I think I'll start with the gentleman. Can we meet you, sir?
Hi guys, I'm Victor Adiniji and I'm a creative director.
Okay, can we meet you?
And I'm Desiree, and I am a creative writer.
She
Okay, so on this show, I'm sure you're used to us having interesting topics that causes banters, and this topic is very exciting and also very sensitive because it is very common in our society. So today's topic is respect is reciprocal, meaning respect is a two-way street.
Yeah, respect as a two-way street.
Yeah. So basically, Moin, what do you think respect is?
Okay, I feel like respect is having regard or treating other people with that kind of reciprocated energy. Like, okay, when we say respect is reciprocal, what does that mean? You have dignity. I feel like, okay, you're worthy of my respect. So I should treat you the way I would expect you should treat me. For instance, now, she can't come and be talking bullshit to me and I will not give her back like that kind of same energy. Exactly.
So basically, the idea of this topic is because the older generation doesn't listen to the younger generation. They feel that it is their right. You're supposed to respect me. Even if I throw bullshit at you, you're supposed to respect me. So that is what we want to talk about today. Do you think it is truly their right that they can talk to us anyhow and beat us down and...
No.
No. So, Victor, what do you think about that?
For me, I would say respect is what creates a community.
Okay.
Without respect, there's chaos. And where there's chaos, there's war. There's fight. There's indabos.
Without.
So what I would just say is, in a community, there's meant to be respect. Respect from we the Gen Zs and respect from the millennials. For the millennials, it might be difficult for them to understand us because we are very provocative. We are very outspoken. Yes, we are very outspoken. And
The
for
millennials?
them, they really need to listen to us when we speak. And we also need to listen and be patient when they speak to understand what they are communicating. I've been having these issues and arguments with a lot of millennials, not even millennials, our elder ones, even the old people. And the argument has always been the Gen Zs are always very adamant. And I'm like, okay, do you chew? Do you like listen to what we say when we speak? And they're always like, okay, that's a point they need to consider. So that's what I'm saying.
Okay, so basically what everybody is saying is that Gen Z, we are very outspoken and everybody feels triggered by that the older generation, they don't behave like this. So why is it you guys? So let's hold on to that thought and we'll be back after a short break.
Welcome back to Generation Unfiltered and thank you for staying tuned. So I feel like I like the fact that we have a guy between us because I feel like this discussion should not just be based on parents, older generation, younger generation. Some guys, they don't have respect for their fellow women. I'm actually saying the fact for real. Yes, that's why we have feminists. I don't know if you have seen this trend on
I'm
TikTok.
feminist.
Yes, I can actually cook, but not that kind of cook they are thinking of. So I feel like Victor will be able to give us more insights on this. The way a man should respect ladies or something like.
Okay, so respect between genders, it's a different thing. Let's deviate out of the topic a little bit. So when it comes to respect between genders, I understand that we male, we are possessive, we are in charge. And in that way, we might tend to be a bit
challenge.
Do you get? So listen. As much as I say, okay, we make the decisions, I always tell my guys to like listen to your partners, listen to the ladies. Let's hear what they have to say. Do you get? Their opinions matter. So when they speak and then we reason together, there's always a conclusion to come into. Do you get? It's not like we don't respect you guys, but it's just that at times you guys might be very adamant, and when you argue, oh boy, let's not even go with that.
So like if you take it away from like the romantic context, like in workplaces too, and how women can suggest the exact same thing as a male counterpart, but you people would put it down because it came from a woman.
Yes.
Okay,
Or you say
so-
women are not logical.
They are
The truth is-
dramatic.
Or when you are
The truth is-
driving and you see a driver that has extra on the head, you assume it's a woman even though you haven't seen the person simply because it's
No.
a stereotype you've projected.
Um,
When you'd
you
have
came
more
with-
regard for a
you
man
came
in the
with- you
same
came with a
place.
lot of aspects.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I would just say women are very like they're getting to become very outspoken. They are very they are coming to speak out and speak on their opinion. It's
Right.
a good thing. It's not a bad thing. But when it comes to aspects of driving, when I'm driving and then I see someone that is slow, I tend to like just say, okay, Obirini, and she has to take her time. Do you get? I myself, I tend to like people who are very active, who are very fast and agile when they are driving. Don't waste time on the road. And if you are speeding or if you are being slow on the speed lane, just move and let others move. You get? But like it's when it comes to the workplace aspect, and then we are arguing about something in a meeting and stuff. I just give my 2 cents. When you give your 2 cents, I leave it to whoever the head is to make a
Okay.
decision. You get? Your opinions matter. I'm open to your opinions. I don't discriminate or anything.
Okay.
But I think what she's trying to say, to buttress our point, is that most men, like we said, the older generation, they are
Yeah.
not used to Gen Z being outspoken. So the
Men
men,
are
they
not
are
used to
usually
women
in
being
control. So they're not used to women that also want to take charge. So instead of them to just say,
Do you know that there are actually a lot of women who take charge right now?
Not enough.
They are.
actually,
Not enough.
They are.
Not
I can
enough.
tell you they are.
Not
the key
enough.
word is not enough. And that is the true meaning of feminism. Feminism is not the toxic shit I see some people practicing on social media. That's not feminism.
Although I support women's rights and wrongs. Love you.
Feminism is when you're fighting for equal rights. If a man can get into this position, don't say,
Why
"Oh,
can't I?"
why can't
Yes.
I?" That is the true meaning behind feminism.
And I can see your
So,
eyes, and if
hold
you
on.
open your mouth and you
Hold
say
on.
that
Okay,
some jobs that women
let's have
cannot
him.
do.
Let him talk.
See, in Nigeria, a lot about position is not being acquired the right way.
Okay, interesting.
Do you get? Especially in our country. We
Okay.
can't, despite the fact that you tend to like move some certain ways to get to the position you get to, whereby people have been there hustling all their lives to get to that same position.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong, whether male or female, whatever position you get to in Nigeria, it is said to be that you pass through the corners.
Okay, but the point what I'm trying to prove is that when a man acts out, they can say, "Oh, this man is dominating, is taking charge." But when a woman acts out, they say she's illogical, she's
Emotional,
emotional,
she's probably on her
she's
period.
dramatic. Yeah, she's probably that
Emotional.
word triggers me. Like she's on her period. So it's a lot of people take it out of context when it comes to a woman. They're going to take it out. They're going to water it down.
I want to.
They are very
I want to-
dismissive
If I'm
about
angry,
women's
if I'm
issues.
angry, let me be
Listen,
angry.
listen.
Don't say you're too emotional. But if it's a man,
Listen, I
that
want
man
to-
is.
I want to-
I like him. He's very
I want to conclude on
active.
this aspect between male and female.
Okay.
When it comes to periodical, for me, anytime I see a woman arguing or being extremely too, I just know.
Can you
Because
tell I'm
I
side-eyeing
read
you?
people. I don't know, it's a skill of me.
It's-
It's of
Can you
It's
tell
a
them I'm
stereotype.
and I've
side-eyeing
always,
you?
it's not a stereotype. I've always been proven. When I ask the question, sorry, are you at that time of the month? They
If
Well,
you
are.
ever
that's-
ask me that and you leave there alive,
mean-
Honestly, I would ask you that because see, I've been listen. I've been with people who at that time of the month they are always to the extreme. They want
Right.
things done right now and right there. They don't care what you are facing or what you are going through. They want to be heard. I'm hearing you.
are you?
Do you get? I am listening to you, hearing you, but like at that point, I can't do what you expect me to do. But then you just say, okay, do it now. And I'm like, okay.
But what the women are just trying to say is that when I am angry, let me be angry. Don't ask
Don't
me
be so
stupid
dismissive.
questions like, are you on your period, or are you this, or are you that? Just look at me like a human being,
Right.
not that
So
I'm
that
a
we can all
woman.
live through the
So let's also hold our thoughts and move on to the next section. We'll be right back.
Introducing Nightport Studios, your one-stop destination for all things music production, podcasting, and live band recording. At Nightport Studios, we're passionate about turning your creative dreams into reality. Step into our state-of-the-art facility where the magic happens. Our team of experienced music producers are dedicated to helping you craft your perfect sound. From tracking to mixing, we've got you covered. Podcasting is on the rise, and we're here to support your voice. Our soundproof podcast studios are equipped with top-notch equipment, ensuring your message is crystal clear. Whether you're a solo artist or a full band, our live recording sessions capture your energy and talents like never before. Let your music shine. And when it's time to unwind, our comfortable lounge area and accommodation is a place to be. Ready to elevate your sound? Contact Nightfort today and let's create something amazing. Nightfort, where live performances, music, and podcasts come to life. Visit us at number 8 Adeleye Street, Peace Estates, Command Road, Ikpaja, Lagos. Email nightfort@gmail.com. WhatsApp 091 66663030. Call us on 081 21 442444. You can also follow our social media handles on Instagram, TikTok, and X at Nightfort Studios. Nightfort, feel the life.
So welcome back. We're still talking about respect as a two-way street, and as you know, we already talked about how women can be more included in the society. Furthermore, I want to ask you this, Ray, what do you think about the challenges we Gen Zs face with millennials? Have you ever encountered any?
A whole host, actually. Like, I think I've said it on a previous episode I was on, but like, I'm a very confident person, and it's very hard to shake me. And I walk into every room knowing I can have a conversation with anybody in the room, and then people see it as me being disrespectful simply because I know how to make my voice heard. And I feel like it happens at home too, because like a lot of the time parents are like, oh, you're so disrespectful, you're this, you're that. And it's like, if your child does not learn how to say no in your house, how are they surviving outside? Like, you want a child that is assertive. And if you feel disrespected, like, it's okay to call it out, but like, a lot of people go to the extremes. Like, it's really, really uncomfortable.
I understand your point.
Yeah.
But one thing that starts with disrespecting elders,
Yeah.
it starts from greeting.
Okay.
Okay, so I've heard a lot of elders say, okay, the way we Gen Zs are when it comes to greeting, we don't greet the traditional way, or we don't greet the right way.
Okay.
Do you get? So I'm the type of person that when I meet someone, I tend to go all out because
Okay.
of the kind of background I'm from. I go all out. No matter who you are, I will greet you properly. Do you get? So when they see that you greet them actually properly, they will say, oh, okay, Omoluwa Biniye. Do you get? They will say, now you are talking, now we can hear you.
But
So when I feel like you don't greet them the right way, how do you expect
You
them
know,
to
the culture
listen
is
to
different in so many places,
you? Okay.
right? In my village, if my knees touch the ground, they will start a whole drama and start dusting my knees, like 7 women on my knees to dust me off. It's not that serious to them.
But basically, let's take
Right.
it out of greeting.
Okay.
We're talking about like challenges in general, because let's take greeting out of it totally. Imagine
okay.
you're walking on the road and you want to call down for like, okay, stop, I want to enter. You want to enter the front seat, and then an elderly woman is coming from nowhere. Imagine you're about to enter, and then it's something that happened to me. I was about to enter, and the woman yanked me off, and she was like, oh, need respect me, you don't have respect, can't you see I'm coming?
Whose
I want
mom
to
is
sit
that?
here. Do you get? I'm already here and you're yanking me off that. No, because I'm older than you, I have more rights
I don't
to
think
sit here.
it shouldn't work
If
like
you
that.
want
Okay.
to see, if you want to sit comfortably and you want to stay on your own, order Uber, order boat.
Let me-
You cannot come into
hold on,
downfall
hold on,
and be
okay.
claiming
Hold on.
right.
No,
Hold on,
I
let me
feel
say
like-
something. Just sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. Let me say something. There are elders that they take it to the extreme.
Okay.
They are overboard at times, especially with this respect thing. They feel like we should do everything to please them. That's a different thing. But then whereby you are in a bus and you are seated and then you see an elderly woman coming and is standing. Let's say for instance the bus is full and you are seated. I feel the right thing to do
The
is
bus
just,
wasn't full. This is downfall, not
I'm
BRT
just
or
giving
something.
I'm just giving on that
No,
scenario.
an
let's see-
example.
let's
That
see
is
where
that,
he's
I'm
going.
saying that what
Yeah, I
that,
guess what
that woman did was overboard.
Yes.
Do you get? When you are in a bus and the bus is filled up and then an elder woman comes in and she's like standing, you are meant to stand up and let her sit. That is what I feel respect is.
Basically, I feel that's courtesy.
I feel like, that is
That's
courtesy,
something you do for a pregnant woman,
Right.
or someone that is
is
on a
sick
wheelchair
or
or
has
something,
a broken limb or
broken
is
leg
disabled
or something.
Yeah,
That
I feel
is
like if at
courtesy.
that point you choose, if at that point you choose, active word choose,
Choose.
yeah, to do
Or
that.
if you
It's out
even
of the
feel
goodness
like,
of your
because
heart.
most of them always claim like their
Right.
rights, they won't
Like-
listen.
Chances
Adults
are I
don't
probably
believe
would.
respect is reciprocal.
Not
The
all,
truth is-
not
the truth
all,
is-
not
the truth
all.
is, I don't think
Most.
I don't think most millennials would think it's courtesy. I think they'll think it's respect.
It's a tradition. I
It's
think it's about the
something-
Yeah, it's
tradition.
a tradition, which is why I said most millennials. Because when you see someone, you just automatically think that this person is like my mother. I can't be seated when my mother is standing. Do you get? It's just out of respect. It's not whether courtesy or not. It is respect.
What we're trying to say here is that respect is reciprocal. If I give respect to you,
You should give some back
respect
to
to
me.
me. So if you see me, I'm about to get. If you ask me with respect,
It's one thing.
mommy, my child, I want
Joma
to
bin
sit
mo rather than
here.
yanking
I would,
you.
if I can definitely stand up and say, okay, mommy, come and sit,
Sit
because
down,
you're old enough to be my granny. But then I'm sitting down. There
And
are
then you
other
yank
seats
me.
in the bus, and you're yanking me off the chair like, oh, baje. You're misusing the word disrespect.
You're not being
misusing it.
disrespected. Like,
I'm-
you are putting yourself
you are
in that position.
disrespecting me. If I insult her now,
They'll say,
it,
Why would
it
you
was
insult
called
her?
for. It was called for.
No matter
It's-
what they say to you, just
That is why we
Kenny,
say
and
it
see,
is a
that's why
tradition.
people are suffering in the work.
no. Listen,
That is why we call it a two-way street.
I don't agree to that.
Let me tell you
If
something.
you-
Listen, I
Listen.
love my mom, yeah, and she says a lot of things to me, right? And there are some things that when she says them, I look her dead in the eyes and I say, "You're my mom," and I respect you. And it's out of that respect that I'm telling you that when you say these things to me, they make me feel a certain type of way. It is. I'm respecting her enough to come to her with that thing humbly, right, and express myself, and she should respect me enough to have regard for how it's making me feel. It's a two-way street. If she comes with gra, chances are next thing we know we're both yelling, and my father is looking at us
This is what we're saying about our generation.
okay.
Do you
I'm here
get?
with you.
In the past, it has always been that we don't speak up, we don't talk. But Gen Z has actually like broke
Not
that
enough, but yes.
lineage, yeah, to speak up and say things. They don't bond you well to when your mom is talking or she's insulting you and talk back.
talk back.
You don't even look at her in the eye. You look down. I've seen what they've done to our elder ones, and then we are now trying to react. I'm like, okay, we're not taking nonsense, but I'm still saying, in respect of whatever the situation is, just take
Okay,
it
but you know what,
and
Victor?
move on.
I get your points. It's the fact that no matter what, even if they disrespect you, still respect them because you believe it is a right. Definitely, to some extent, I believe respect is the right of every adult that has the experience, the age, everything. I'll respect you. Of course, I'm culture. That is my culture.
Alright.
Because I wouldn't want to bring Western culture into my own. So I'm going to respect you. But what this topic is trying to say is that respect is reciprocal. If
Definitely.
I give you, I'm not expecting the adult to give me respect first.
First.
I will give you respect because you have earned it. It is your right. But I expect that as I'm respecting you, you are respecting me back. It's just that I'm talking to you calmly and you're insulting me.
I need you
fly.
to note the fact that is a knowledgeable fact that some people need to catch up with.
Exactly.
Do you get? Not everybody. Nowadays, we are seeing our mothers catching up with WhatsApp, broadcast messages, and all those stuff.
Yeah.
Do you get? But I just feel like there are still some things that need to be of attention to them before we can say, okay, Borom, we want you to listen to us. But if we get to that point, oh boy,
It's
How
just
do
like
you
a
know the right
revolution,
way to do
basically.
it if you don't practice before you get to that point?
Gen Z, they are fighting back. That's just it. Because the millennials tried. They were doing it small. Okay, mommy, I'm respecting you. Respect me back. Madam, calm down. But then they did not listen. So Gen Z is like, okay, the millennials tried it. You
It
did
didn't
not
work.
listen to them.
We're
So
going to
we
fix it.
are bringing you to force. That is the problem that they have with Gen Z. Because the millennials, they could like water it down. Like, no, just respect. But Gen Z, they're like, the older people, they've been doing it. You people did not listen. This time, we are not going to agree.
And you
That-
must listen.
no grief for anybody. That's what Gen Z is doing, basically. So I think we agree on that concept
Yeah, we
that
do.
respect is reciprocal. So I believe that everybody now understands the concept that
Yeah.
respect is
Yes.
definitely
For sure.
reciprocal. So let's hold on to that thought. That we'll be back after this short break.
My thoughts are not aligning with what you guys are saying.
what's your thoughts
What's
saying?
your thoughts?
Like,
That's why you should have spoken up since like second segment.
Keep
I
on
don't know.
going, keep
We're
on.
all agreeing to the fact of this thing. But me, I'll say I'm more of a more respectful person. I've had scenarios whereby, okay, fine, the adult folks, they don't want to listen to what you have to say. So you just have to keep mute. And then afterwards, even if they are wrong, you just have to tell them after, not like when they are
Do you
still.
get?
moment.
When
That's
they
normal
calm
now.
down,
That
then you
is
now
very
discuss
normal.
with them
normal.
and
Then you
I didn't tell my mom in the
Whereby,
moment.
like, okay, fine, they knew they were actually wrong, but then they just want to
See,
shun you.
exactly.
Yeah, I'm
That-
I'm
okay,
older
that's
than
my
you.
mom now.
And they won't apologize.
That
That's
is
the
why
type of
that is
dialogue I
why
have with my mom.
I said the reason why most Gen Zs are taking this thing with force is because the last generation they tried but they didn't listen to them.
Okay.
My
So
mom
that's
is
why
bullied
Gen Z
by
is
her
not
mom.
using force.
Hold on, let me give you another scenario. In a case whereby I would ask you this question: someone that is 2 years older than you, that is 1 year older than you, or 3 years older than you, do you the respect? Do you take them as someone that is elder or someone that is your mate?
That we're in the same age bracket. So
We are not in the same
No,
range
even
bracket.
if
2
we're not
years,
in the
3
same,
years,
even if we're not in the
excuse
same
you.
age
We are
bracket,
not.
it depends.
Okay,
it
so
depends
what-
See,
what
on-
you call my age?
if you have someone who is 2 years older than you are meant to respect that person.
Obviously,
You are
I'll
not meant-
respect
No,
you.
we don't.
Okay,
According to see,
It depends
as
on where you
as
meet the
see,
person.
See,
You know, I can
let's
meet
see,
someone
let's
that
call
is
it spade a spade.
that is
Gen Z,
30,
we don't respect
but we
anybody.
meet in the
As you
four
give it to
walls
us,
of
we
a
give it back to you.
classroom.
But
But
the
I see you
person that
as my
is-
classmate.
Do you know-
The way
if-
I won't be saying brother Muri inside
Oh,
class.
Benny.
exactly.
The same way if I
If
And
I don't
again,
see-
you might not even know the person age.
exactly.
And it's
And
just
you
a
know, again,
number.
it's
There's some
like-
people that are actually
you
older
cannot-
and they don't have
Okay,
sense.
Exactly.
if you are dating
Like now,
someone
I'm-
if you are dating someone
I'm
that is
20.
10 years older than you, we'll be saying
call her ma.
baby sir baby.
Hey, I will say it.
Wait.
I
You
will
know,
say it.
I'm like, I'm 21
Okay,
now,
actually,
and
I
I've
feel
met
like
a
if I
19-year-old
find
that
myself-
has gone further in like the creative writing world than I am. I regard her with so much respect because she has done phenomenal things. Like she has experience. The experience is what is translating and is what's making me accord her that respect. If I was looking at age, the 2-year gap, I'm her
She's
senior.
still
Am I
meant
not?
to regard you as someone that
She
is
regards me as a human
Listen,
being.
See,
She
listen.
regards
Respect
me
does
with
not have to do
aplomb.
with brother
It doesn't have to be
or sir.
performative. The performance doesn't have to be there. I feel respected by our interactions because
Okay.
she doesn't speak down on me.
What
Yeah.
Gen
She
Z is trying
listens
to
to
say
me
is
That's
that
and she
someone- that's
has
someone that is
precedence for how I
respectful.
feel. Yes,
That's
that
someone
is
that is
respect.
respectful.
And
See,
she
you
doesn't
guys
use
are
them as
saying
feeling.
even millennials are
Hold
there are
on.
a lot of millennials that are very disrespectful. So we're not talking about Gen Z alone. We're talking about people. See, this you are taking it out of context.
Respect as
Basically,
a
we are saying
experience.
respect is reciprocal. Some people are just disrespectful. It's
Period.
not even about Gen Z or anything.
Okay.
Gen Alpha, Gen X, all of them they are disrespectful. It
That
is
is
not
what
about
I'm
Gen Z.
saying.
Alright.
But what we're trying to say is that what Gen Z is fighting for is that we want to be heard. The last generations they tried to reason with you, you didn't listen. So now we're not trying to reason. We're going to take it by force.
That's
That
what
is
I'm
what Gen Z is saying.
Listen.
But some people take it out of demanding respect and they are just outrightly rude.
Listen.
That is
Sure.
different.
For
Listen,
sure.
listen. When there is a bad on yours in the midst of others, you can't say I pray the other onions doesn't get bad. All of them will get bad.
Okay. Where are you going with this?
Where I'm going with this is a lot of us, we've been so used to this speaking up.
Okay.
We're so used to this speaking up of a thing that we have become so bad.
I won't
And
say
the
you're
generations
generalizing.
prior, and the generations prior are so used to not speaking up that they suffer.
I need you to see yourself as someone that is bad. I need you to see yourself as the villain.
Please don't.
I
And
cannot.
I need you to see yourself as the villain and give them the courtesy, the respect they deserve. Just don't whatever they say, oh, you're very disrespectful, but
I can respect them without
just leave them.
detriment to
Say I'm
myself.
sorry. I'm sorry
Okay,
for my
so
friend.
basically-
And then later you cannot speak to them on a clear note. But not at that point whereby they are arguing with you and then you're arguing back. You are not meant to.
Basically, I get your point, and we all agree. We're saying the same thing. You are saying no matter what, respect them because it is their right. I am saying yes. She's saying you just have to be outspoken. Respect is reciprocal. This is the same thing I'm saying. But Moyi is saying no matter what you do to me, no matter the bullshit you throw at me, I'll accept it because it's your right. But what the Gen Z are saying is that okay, I accept it is your right, but I want you to actually hear me when I'm talking to you. Listen to me.
Like your child is not yelling; they are just
Listen
speaking.
to me. Even if someone talks, but listen to me. Basically,
yelling.
so I think we all come to a conclusion that respect should be reciprocal.
Definitely.
Victor,
Mommy's daddy.
Right?
Wherever you find yourself.
But not
Definitely.
at that point of the argument. Man.
And we've agreed that.
yes, we agree
We
that.
can double back after.
But
2 days
respect
after.
is reciprocal. Okay, so what advices would you give? Like, what advice would you give our viewers? I think I should start with Moyi.
Okay, so I feel like anywhere you find yourself, always respect whoever, whether it's someone younger or someone that is even older, because you don't know where you're going to find yourself tomorrow. I feel like if I find myself in a big position, if you are older than me, I will give you that respect that you deserve, obviously. So respect people because you don't know tomorrow. Thank you.
Victor.
For me, I would say, no matter the argument is at the time, just keep mute. You can communicate your opinions after and try and relate with them on simple terms. It's something about anger is when someone is heated up, you just have to be the bigger person. So you have to like take time and try and realize it that it's a bad thing.
And I want to tell you that I heard everything they said, and I still stand my ground. You should advocate for yourself, even if it's not immediately. Definitely, for you to feel disrespected by something, there was something you saw, so you should be able to address it. It should be safe enough for you to address that without them feeling disrespected.
Basically, beautiful people, I just believe that we should respect everybody. Respect every human being. Doesn't have anything to do with age. Respect does not have to do with age. Just be
Size,
yourself
race.
and respect everybody. So I want to say a big shout out to Night Fort Studios. I mean, look at the ambience is great. It's wonderful.
beautiful, yeah.
Thank you to Imagination Films. Shout out to what's the makeup artist? Sorry,
Glam
what's her name?
Spec.
Glance by Ashley.
Okay, I want to say a big shout out to Glams by Shewon. She makes us look very beautiful every single time. Turns us from Badira to Badi. A big shout out to Lashile for filling our tummies with delicious foods because I can't be standing here. I can't be talking and arguing without food in my belly. So thank you, and we'll see you guys on another interesting.
And hold up, don't forget to follow us on our social media. On Instagram, Generation Unfiltered, and you can watch us on YouTube, official ICTV. Okay.
So see you guys later on another interesting
Bye.
episode.